In 2025, Americans wagered nearly $167 billion on sports. The apps that took those bets kept almost $17 billion of it. And here's the part the ads will never say out loud. They didn't need you to lose any particular bet to collect it. The result was already decided, not by the game, but by the price. Sportsbooks like DraftKings and FanDuel aren't gambling against you. They're running a machine engineered around a single number they call the hold. And the whole product, the odds, the parlays, the free bets, is built to protect it. This is how a betting app is designed so that, in aggregate, you lose. Mechanics, not advice. Let's take it apart. Here's the story the app tells you. Betting is a game of skill. You know the sport. You watch every week. Pick smart, read the matchup, and you can beat it. And to get you started, here's a free bet on the house. It feels like you versus the game. A fair contest, you can study your way into winning. It's a persuasive story. It's also, for the vast majority of bettors, wrong. And not because you're bad at picking. You're not really betting against the game at all. You're betting against a business, one that prices every wager so it keeps a slice no matter which team wins. To see how, you have to stop looking at the scoreboard and start looking at the odds. Start with the most basic bet there is, a coin flip. Two sides, each equally likely. A fair bet would pay you $100 for every $100 you risk. But that's not what the app offers. It offers you minus 110. To win $100, you have to risk 110. That extra $10 is the whole trick. It's called the VIG, the vigorish, the juice. The book takes bets on both sides at minus 110, and because both sides overpay, it collects more than it will ever pay out. On a standard line, that gap is about 4.5 to 5 cents on every dollar wagered, and the book keeps it whoever wins the game. That's the engine. Not luck. Not picking against you. A fixed toll, priced into the odds, charged on every dollar that passes through. Now scale that one toll up to a whole country. In 2025, the total amount Americans wagered, what the industry calls the handle, was about $167 billion. The amount the sportsbooks kept was about $17 billion. Divide one by the other and you get the number that runs this entire business. A hold of roughly 10 cents on every dollar. Read that carefully. It's not 10 cents of each losing bet. It's 10 cents of all the money that flowed through, winners and losers, favorites and long shots, blended together. A casino has a name for this exact idea. They call it the house edge. A sportsbook just calls it the hold. It is the same machine, wearing a jersey instead of a felt table. And that 10% was up nearly 23% in a single year. The machine isn't just working, it's accelerating. So if a single bet holds 4 or 5%, why does the app fill your screen with something else entirely? The parlay. Bundle a bunch of picks together, hit them all, win big. The reason is the second engine, and it's the most profitable one they have. A parlay only pays if every leg wins, and every leg you add carries its own vig. Stack them, and those margins don't just add up, they compound. Watch the number climb. One leg holds about 4.5%. By 5 legs, the expected hold has more than quadrupled to nearly 21%. In New Jersey, sportsbooks kept about 20 cents on every parlay dollar, versus about 5 on everything else. Same-game parlays run even hotter, often 15 to 25%. That's why the app pushes them. The parlay looks like the fun bet, the big payout bet. To the book, it's simply the bet with the fattest margin, dressed up as a jackpot. Which raises the obvious question. If the math is really this tilted, couldn't a genuinely sharp bettor just beat it? And the answer to that question exposes the third engine, the one that runs on psychology, not probability. It has 2 moves. First, acquisition. Those bonus bets and first bet on us offers aren't generosity. They're a customer acquisition cost, a cheap, one-time hook to get you past sign-up and into the habit, because the hold does the rest. Second, and this is the tell, what happens to the people who actually win? The books limit them, cut their maximum bet to pennies, or ban them outright. Reporters have called the practice disturbingly common. It's so routine that in 2026, Massachusetts became the first state to force sportsbooks to even explain the limits, and New York is weighing a law to stop it. Put those two together and the design is naked. The system keeps the losers playing and quietly shows the winners the door. Now, step back and see how big this machine has gotten. Since the Supreme Court struck down the federal ban in 2018, sports betting has gone legal in 39 states plus Washington, D.C., about 30 of them right there in your pocket. In 7 years, roughly 27% of all American adults, and more than half of men aged 18 to 49, have opened an account. And 2 companies own it. FanDuel and DraftKings together take in about 78% of the money the books keep, a combined revenue of roughly $13 billion a year. It looks like a crowded market of competing apps. It is, in the numbers, a duopoly, 2 houses running the same hold at national scale. So why does a machine this lopsided keep growing? Partly because it's now fully legal and lucrative for the states, which collected about $3.7 billion in betting taxes in 2025 alone. A government earning a cut is not a government in a hurry to slow it down. But the deeper reason is that the hold is invisible. There's no line item on your bet slip that says you just paid the vig. It's hidden inside the odds, wrapped in the language of skill, stats, and your team. You feel like a handicapper, making sharp reads, while the one group that could actually beat the book gets quietly limited out of the game. The machine doesn't have to hide. It just has to stay invisible. So the next time an app hands you a free bet and a same-game parlay, remember what you're actually looking at. Betting can be entertainment. Plenty of people spend on it the way they'd spend on a night out, eyes open, and that's their call. This isn't a lecture about whether to play. It's about seeing the mechanism. The odds aren't a fair coin flip. They're priced, deliberately, so that across millions of bets the house books its 10%. Whoever wins any single one. The vig is baked in. The parlay multiplies it, and the winners get shown the door. That's not a bad night. That's the design. If you want the real mechanics behind the products you use every day, the numbers, verified, no hype, that's exactly what this channel is for. Subscribe, and we'll take apart another one.